Welcome back. You are back here on the channel. Your favorite place to be, hopefully. Maybe not your favorite place to be, but we have a really important topic that I want to talk about because it applies to every single person watching this channel, whether you're watching it to build those big old guns, those big old muscles, or you're watching it to increase your financial bottom line, which a lot of people are doing. At least they're trying to do. And I applaud people that are actively trying to pursue any goal by watching this channel. So I want to talk about how investing in your personal economy is completely detached from the general economy. So the idea of the general economy sometimes in different points in time, different, geopolitical things, different things going on in the world can sometimes lead the general economy to be kind of gloomy, doom gloom, right? It's doomy, gloomy, not the best outlook. However, in any time that the general economy is doing bad, you have people that come out of nowhere and somehow seemingly make it. You know, these type people that there's nothing that will get in their way. There's nothing that will mentally, physically, emotionally, any of these things will get in their way where they come out on the other side and they're doing exceptionally well. And that's what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about how you can invest in your personal economy, how you can change your personal economy despite any of the surroundings that is going on around you. So, how do you do this, and what exactly does this mean? Well, if you look at your own life, your own financial situation, and you say, how can I create an outcome that is better than I'm currently at? What can I do to increase my personal economy to a booming economy within? Okay, and I'm going to tell you a couple things that I do, and then you can look, and everybody's different. For some things that I do, it might not make sense financially, it might not make sense physically, mentally, whatever. Everybody is different, and I understand that. But there is a general consensus among this thought or this ideology that you can expand on, and I think that anybody that watching this video will see that as long as they can get the fundamentals kind of in place, they can boost their personal economy despite any of the circumstances going around globally, locally, in any situation. So one thing that I think really, really needs to be said is you kind of got to start with yourself, right? You got to start in saying you got to, what is it that I want to do, or what is it that I want to accomplish? For me personally, one thing that I want to accomplish is complete financial security and financial freedom. I've kind of done that over the last couple years with this geo arbitrage thing, but like I'm not really there, right? I know that I'm not really there, and I know that if I'm not really there, that there is rooms to improve. All right, so that's one thing. So financial, okay, and then there's also physical, because as you guys know, I told you guys a couple weeks ago, I want to get back in shape because a lot of people think that I'm in shape because I'm a slender guy and I work out a little bit, but I'm not really in shape. Like I'm not really like the best I could be. I'm not really, I'm just like kind of in shape. I'm not like as good as it gets type thing. So if there's room for improvement there, if there's room for improvement in the finance stuff, why not improve it? Because what that does, guys, and we're going to tear apart even further, is once you start improving these little things, it starts improving your personal economy everywhere around you. Suddenly, within a few weeks, a few months, a few days, you can be on a completely different trajectory, and your actions can be completely in a direction that's increasing that personal economy wealth, right? So there's the financial, there is the physical, and then there is also like stuff past that, right? Like how can I be a better partner? How can I be a better just human being out in society? How can I help my fellow brothers and sisters that are out there? How can I just generally boost that area as well? So it's basically, you take these little things that you want to do and you kind of just try to boost them. And it's really simple. It's actually not too hard. Like, for instance, like with the financial stuff, I have my my job, right? I have my hobby, and then I also have my career, right? And these are all three separate things. Like what you're watching right now is not really a job. It doesn't pay a lot of money, but it's, I guess, a side hustle or a hobby. So how can I increase that? Well, a couple of ways I can do that. I can start implementing more videos based on eclectic type ideologies like finance, working out, geo arbitrage, lifestyle stuff, vlogging. So there's that whole area that I can sit there and look at and say, all right, this is what I got here. And you don't want to forget what you got either. You don't want to forget how much you've already done, because there's a lot of people that do that. They try to compare themselves on where they think they should be, but they fail to recognize what they've done and what they're giving credit for, what they've already done. Because I guarantee you, a lot of people watching this video have actually done a lot of different things. And I know that they've done a lot of different things because I can apply it to myself. I've done a lot of different things, and I've gotten very far into it with this just YouTube thing. So there's that YouTube thing that I got, right? How can I improve it? Just mentioned that. So there's also the financial thing that we talked about. So how do I increase my financial situation? Well, I try to put more effort into my job. I try to put more effort into my career. You know, I told you guys I've been making quite a bit of real estate connections over the last really just 2 weeks, and it's really just 2 weeks into it. So you can't expect really small amounts of burst of upside energy into something to really get you to that plateau where you're over the hill. You have to really kind of look at it and say, you know, I can't expect a 100% outcome if I'm only giving 20, 30% effort, right? You can't expect to have, you know, endless YouTube subscribers, massive video viewership if you're given like 20, 30% effort. Your effort is usually directly tied to the reality or the outcome that you're currently in. So you can go as far back as your entire life and say, this is the amount of effort I've put in. And I think if you really thought about it, you really looked at it, the amount of effort you put in is kind of exactly where you're at, and it should be kind of balanced or kind of be kind of right where you are. So my point is you got the YouTube thing, so I can boost that. I got the financial thing, which I can boost that. You know, I can do better at my job. I can try to tighten up. I can try to perfect things that I thought were already perfect. I can, and it doesn't mean you try to fix the situation around you, right? I don't need to try to fix things that I see wrong with my job, right? You can look around and, you know, wherever you work, you're kind of like, oh, well, I could maybe do that differently and it would be better. Or I can do, no, you fix yourself. Only thing you have control over is how can I fix Chadwick to be better? How can I make Chadwick be better at this task? How can I make Chadwick be better at this YouTube video? How can I make Chadwick do better with his real estate by reaching more connections? How can I make Chadwick better is only thing that I'm really concerned about, and vice versa for anybody watching this video. So there's that. So you see what I'm saying here? That there's the YouTube, there's the financial stuff, and this is just my personal economy, right? This has nothing to do with your personal economy. It really doesn't have too much to do with the general economy, really, but it does have to do with the personal economy. So then there's also the fitness stuff, right? So with the fitness stuff, I've been perfecting my meal planning. I know I haven't been posting it constantly because there's not really a huge viewership out there, but we still do it to try to give people the motivation and find the people out there that, you know, do want to see firsthand how this stuff works, right? So there's that. All right. So how can I be better at all that? Well, I don't know if you can see it over there. There's a rice cooker. I've been gaining very, very little, and you'll see these increments happen very subtly. It's not like you start implementing these things and all of a sudden you're just, you're sitting on the moon. You're a rich, powerful, in shape, respectable, decent human being. It just doesn't seem to work like that. It's little subtle things you'll notice. Like I noticed I gained maybe like 2 pounds. So what did I do to improve that little thing with the health and fitness, right? I got a little bit more rice in there today. Okay. I got a little bit more rice in there today. Subtle little changes you'll see. I got people texting me and calling me and conversations being planted with this real estate stuff. My job, I've been making more money. I can go on this computer and do these real estate calls once a month and I'll be just the same spot I'm at a year from now or 10 years from now. I'll never get anywhere. You have to increase. That's my point, I guess, behind this and expanding and putting your personal economy into a bull run. Subtle stuff, more rice, right? Like I just told you, more rice. And then kind of the last part is this is for me, right? You guys maybe have little different things you want to do. I got my finance, my financial kind of sector. I got my my fitness sector, and then I have my I don't want to call it spiritual, but kind of, right? Like how do you be a better person, right? How do you be a better partner? How do you be a better if you have a family, how do you be a better father? How do you ever be a better son or cousin or whatever? It's everybody's different, right? But I guarantee there's pockets here that you can improve on, right? You implement things that are kind of like what a decent human being would do, right? Like you hold the door for an old person, right? You guide somebody if they are lost. You help your neighbor. These type things, obvious things that a lot of people, I think, in their mind, they typically know they should be doing, but they are either choosing not to out of sheer laziness, or there's not really enough in it for them. You don't want to be one of those type persons. It doesn't always have to be, you don't always have to have something in return for it, right? Sometimes it pays to be a good human being. It pays to do the right thing. Help out your friend, help out your colleague, help out your partner, help out your children, help out. You basically just do these things with not any type of, oh, well, I'm not going to get, paid, or I'm not going to make money for that, or I'm not going to, my family member's not going to thank me for that. It's like, you just do it because it's the right thing to do, right? And I think we're going to wrap it up here on the video because as you hear, my rice cooker is going to go off right now. So it's these subtle things that you can do to increase your personal economy. And it really does start to have a rollover snowball effect, because as you start doing them, just in the act of doing them, you feel good because you know that's the right thing you should be doing. I know the right thing I should be doing is making YouTube videos because it's something that I enjoy doing, and it's been really cool. I mean, I've gotten literally over, we're coming up on 10,000 subscribers now. And I got back into the residential real estate listing side of stuff rather than just doing rentals and doing this stuff that really doesn't make me much money. So I got back on that, even though I haven't landed something now. I know if I keep going in just very small little energy pockets thrown at this thing, that I know that'll work too. And I've been doing my financial stuff. I know if I just increase that rice a little bit, if I increase that protein a little bit, it's the safe way to do it. It's not the cheating steroid way to do it. I know that my size and my workouts and health will peak, right? Not there yet. You'll get to a pinnacle point where all these things will peak, and then you're just trying to sustain it. So there's that. And then there's also, like I said, the most important part, I think, that kind of ties into this because you can't just be a selfish asshole and do all these things, right? I can't just post videos for myself, not trying to help people. Nobody's going to watch them if it's only helping myself. I guess with the workout stuff, you can be a bit selfish because there's not really anybody that cares too much whether or not you're fit or not. So I guess that's kind of a gray area. But then there's that spiritual side where you really try to be the best version that you can be out in the real world, right? You do the favor for someone. You do, and again, there's nothing that you need to get in return to do that. So you can do all these things, guys. And I guess my point of the matter is when you're looking at your personal economy, it does make sense that you can change it. You can change your personal economy. You know, don't feel a victim of the general economy, because the general economy a lot of times doesn't look too great. But your personal economy can look as great as you want it to if you're willing to put in the work. All right, we got a lot of videos coming out. I got cryptocurrency and stock investment portfolio build out videos coming. I have more geo arbitrage, local Tijuana, how to manipulate dollars, and financial upside videos coming. And we'll try to do more motivational speaking videos like this because I enjoy doing them and I think people do get things out of them. All right, we'll catch you very soon. Hope you have an amazing, fantastic day. And I hope that you're able to boost your personal economy despite any of the circumstantial general economic woes that a lot of people find themselves in. And we'll try to continue to motivate and inspire people to boost their personal economy every day forward that we can. All right, we'll talk to you very soon. Take good care.